Hello everybody, welcome to another video on my channel. This is a little bit different than the previous one. This is a small showcase of the template project that I've just made for testing out some multiplayer features, and I've decided why not to make it as a template and to share it with a community. Yeah, let me show you what is it about. I can start the game as a standalone one without Steam for now. It will open two windows. Yep, and one of them will be a host, another one will be just a client. So we can create a session. Yep, transfer our player into lobby. That will allow us to change character, which is very basic, straightforward. There is no logic in it. It's just template for a lobby, so never mind. Yeah, we can switch different characters, toggle our readiness, and once all players are ready, we can start the match. But for now there is only one player, so we can join it as a guest by pressing auto find or join or whatever, and we will jump right into the lobby, and we will see our host and we will see our client, which is highlighted for the client that joined the game. And yeah, we can do the same for him to switch character to another one, and we will see that it is switching for the server as well. And once everyone will be ready, we will be able to start the game. Yeah, so we can toggle ready for our client. It's not updating very fast because our server is not focused, so never mind. Yeah, so once our client will be ready and once our server will be ready, we will be able to start the match. Also, we can kick our client that joined from the server. Yeah, and we are also able to add someone from our Steam friend list and kick other guys as well. So this is very straightforward system that allows us to jump right into the match. Yep, and play the game. This one is super simple. This game mode is empty, no logic or whatsoever in here. So yeah, just to showcase the lobby system and this kind of base logic that you can just download and build your game up on this platform. Yeah. Also, I haven't had Steam launched in here, but we can run it and we will be able to host the game under the Steam client with our username. So I've just launched Steam and I'll use one player because I can't use two clients that runs the Steam under the same username on one PC, unfortunately, but we can use only one and we can join from another notebook, and yeah, we will have our Steam session running as expected. So I can create session, and now you can see that I have my username, my user icon, and I can also hit plus and invite someone from our friend list, which is for now I won't add anyone, but we can add him and he will see the invitation in his overlay or or whatever, and yeah, and he will join us, and we can start the game with our friend or with some other guys, and that's it. This is the system. So now let me do some real fast breakdown of what is in there, and then I'll just share the link so you can download it and use it, etc. Okay, so in our structure we have some folders. Folder for characters, which is very simple character with no extra logic. He can just look and move. Some stuff from the template. Plus he has some basic skeletal mesh asset from our engine content, which is from Unreal Engine 4, very vanilla Unreal Engine 4, and some animation that is just as well from Unreal Engine 4. It's not deleted, so why not? I decided not to bloat this project a lot, so I've just used this one. And some color stuff that we can use to change character color, and some child classes for this guy that just color out our character to different colors, like in Reservoir Dogs, yeah, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Brown, Orange, Pink, and White. And we can use these guys to play the game. This is characters. Let's go next. We have a widget for friends in Steam that allows us to see our Steam friends in the game. So this widget that was shown in the lobby, it just shows friend list of Steam, and each friend list, each friend is an instance of this Steam friend list item widget that just shows his icon and his friend block, plus this button that is shown only on server client server, yeah, that allows us to add someone. Also we have, so yeah, this is Steam friend list, and it's all Blueprint, made in Blueprint, very simple. I haven't put it into C++ because it's just a template to show how it works and so on. And later you can transfer this logic into MVVM or other stuff. Just do whatever you want, just to or just use it as it is, because it's okay. Not much to do here. Also, after friends, we have the game folder, which is for game mode. It is also very simple. It just has player controller class that just hardcodes mapping context for our TPS input, hides cursor, and sets input mode. It's like irrelevant. You can just delete it. It's, yeah, not much here. We also have this enhanced input action that actually I can just delete. We don't need it. And that's it for player controller. We have game mode, which is the game mode that we are using to drive our multiplayer game. There is nothing here besides this getDefaultPawn class for controller that is overridden, and we are using our player state to read our character class that is transferred from the lobby by using client transfer. And this is the sample that you can use to extend the player data that are transferred from the lobby. Yeah, so we can add some additional stuff like player level, or maybe weapon configuration, or abilities, or other things. Yeah, whatever you want, you can transfer through the player state. And in here I'm just taking this character class. If we will open player state, game player state, you will see that there is nothing in here. It's just pure player state, and it only has this character class actor. Yeah, and actually we don't need these dispatchers as well because it's really straightforward PS. So you can use it as a base and build anything on top of it, like match system or battle royale or cooperative game or or, or just something else. Framework, this is just game instance, which is yeah, it just has few methods for creating session, for joining session, and for invitation. It is all stored in the game instance because it's persistent throughout the whole game. But you can use some sort of subsystem, yeah, just to eliminate this logic out of game instance. But for now it's okay. So yeah, just three methods here, very straightforward: creating sessions, joining sessions, etc. And there is also, and that's it. Yeah. Nothing special in class defaults as well. As you can see, nothing in here. It is parented to advanced friends game instance that is a base class for advanced session plugin that I'm used for this showcase. And this template, I forgot to mention that we just using advanced game session plugin that is, let me show it for you. It is free. It is basically the wrapper around Epic's online system. It just makes the stuff much easier, so I've decided to use it and to have fun with it. Yeah, here is it. Advanced Steam Session plugin plus Advanced Session plugin. You can download it and use it as it is. And by the way, this template, it is inspired by another tutorial on the YouTube. I'll post the link inside the description. There is no project link, yeah, but it's a good tutorial. I've just made some refactoring and updated some logic, so it's kinda looks the same, but it's a bit different on some cases, like where we should store the data, how we should transfer our client into the match, and so on. So it looks more cleaner and so on. But it's a good tutorial. Yeah, if you want to see how it works more detailed way, you can just check it. Yeah. Okay, game instance. Next one is inputs, which is just inputs, input mapping, just input mapping, lobby, and main menu. Yeah, so main menu is main menu classes, just game mode plus HUD plus player controller, and main menu widget, it just does nothing but hosts or joins the game. If we will open main menu widget, we have this create session and auto find session that is just running up these two functions from game instance that I've shown before. And that's it. Yeah. Plus in main menu game mode or even main menu PC, we are also changing this input mode to UI only, yeah, just to show the mouse. And we are also checking if player is in session already. If we are running to the main menu from the lobby, yeah, we are checking if we into the session. If it does, we just destroying it, so we can start a new one, etc., and don't have any session instances opened up for our guy. Yep. HUD, just a HUD. It spawns our widgets and adds it into viewport. And game mode, it's just an empty game mode which has player controller class that I've shown, and HUD class. That's it. And now let's go to the lobby, which is the main part of this system. Yeah, we can also start from the game mode, which includes all the classes in here. We have separate lobby game state, player state, player controller, HUD, pawn, and that's it. And also we have a seamless travel option enabled, which allow us to do seamless travel into the game by itself. By the way, we can do seamless travel only when launching the game as a standalone. So if we set in some data in our lobby, make sure that you are running through the standalone game. Otherwise, it won't transfer any custom player or game data, such as player classes, as I shown earlier, or maybe some other custom data that you will add later. Okay, next one, lobby game mode. Let's check what we have in the code. There is an event graph that sets up the platforms on which our players are standing. It is running on the server because game mode is on the server, so we don't need to do any checks here. And yeah, this function, you can check how it works. It just spawns some actors or finding them by the tags, adds them into the list, and then it updates players and spawning their avatars on the platforms that are standing up there. Yeah. Next one is update players on platforms. That actually spawns characters when they are being added during the lobby starts. And there is also some checkers that checks if all players are ready, and check when a function that checks what happens when player starts change it, function that kicks player, that start match, and that selects next character. And we also have post login and on logout functions that are used to drive and call other function that I've shown here, because when we are doing login, we want to take our player state and check when our player that just joined status has been changed, which stores in our player state as well. And then we are spawning our player on the platform, player avatar. And then we are also checking if players are ready, because when someone adds up, he's not ready, so we want to recheck it all and yeah, update start match status, etc. On logout, we do the same. We are also checking if all players are ready, because when our player logs out, if other ones are ready and this one wasn't ready, then we can start the match. Yeah, because we can kick the guy who is AFK, so we have kicked him and everyone are ready, and we can just start the game and activate the button and so on. Yeah, it just this function just cycles from all player states, checks if they are ready, and if everyone are ready, we just go into our game state and says that for our game state all players are ready. This is replicated functions, replicated properties, so once we are changing them, we have some callbacks that are used to update statuses for clients and for servers as well. For server, not servers. Okay, next one, kick player, just kicks player. Straightforward function from advanced session library. It just makes life simpler. You can use Epic Online services, but it will take a little bit more effort. So this one really cool. Start match just performs match start. So in order to start the match, we have to perform server travel, into our level, and we can also change the game state lobby game state to match started. So when it's started, we will send a notify to our clients that will broadcast the message that we have started, and our clients can toggle on or off the widget, that the loading widget. Yeah, so we won't be able to do any other stuff that we don't have to. Okay, and select next character. This function just accepts the player state of our player, which takes a current player class. It is stored in player state, so we can take it, and we can cycle through available character classes that for this particular example we are storing in this character classes array, but we can use any other data-driven logic. We can create data asset or data table and have additional data in there and use it for our purposes and so on. It's just as an example. So when we select the next character, we are taking our current character class from player state and finding it, incrementing its index, and taking another character class and setting it into our character. Plus we are changing the readiness of our player to not ready, because once we changed character class, we are not ready. We have maybe to think about something and so on. And then once we find out that this guy is what we are looking for, we can toggle ready, and now we are ready again, and server can start the game. Yeah, just basic multiplayer logic. Nothing to explain here a lot. Okay, and that's it. That's all for our game mode. Now we can go to lobby game state, which is the game state that stores some data that are needed for our lobby game state. Yeah, it is storing if match is started and if all players are ready. This is rep notified properties, so once they are replicated and updated, we are calling this function, and we just broadcasting the message on our game state that our players are ready, off, or if not, and as well for match started. And we can bind to these events on our character classes or player controllers to drive additional logic for our clients. Okay, next one is lobby HUD, which is also very simple. We just creating on begin play. We creating lobby UI widget and adding it to the viewport, since this one is only for client, so we just adding it just for clients. And client is a server as well for our particular example, but if we will launch from dedicated server, it will work as well. And next one, we are taking our game state, and here we are binding on match started callback. So once the match will start, our HUD will just remove our lobby UI, which includes this which includes where is it? Okay, which includes all the UI relevant to our lobby. Here is it. Yeah, we don't want it to be shown when everyone are ready and we are starting the match, so we are hiding it. And next one, we just adding loading widget, adding it to viewport, and that's it for our HUD and for our clients. Next one is lobby pawn, which is just a pawn that are being used for our lobby system, because we are not using characters that I've shown here in our lobbies as a real pawns for our clients. We just using lobby pawn that is an empty pawn with nothing in here. It is completely empty. We can even delete it and use default ones. Actually, no, we just have camera here, so it's more convenient to use these guys. The next one is lobby player controller that has some begin play function that just checks if we having a local player controller. If it is, we showing mouse cursor and we updating input mode. Actually, we can do it on the HUD. Not can do it, but should do it on the lobby HUD. Let's make it. Sorry. Okay, I'll do it later, but yeah. We should make it on HUD because it's HUD related. Oh no, we will leave it here. And next we have this toggle ready status server. So once the server will be ready, we will have this event called because we are having it binded in our widget, in our lobby UI when we are clicking to ready. We are taking our player controller and saying that we have pushed the ready. And once this one is called, it is called on the server, and we are sending player state property ready to other one other than the previous one. And once we set it using this notify, we will broadcast the event that our status was changed, and a server will be able to start the game if everyone are ready. And we have another function, select next character server, that selects next character on server. It is also called through the lobby UI. Once we are clicking to switch character, we are going to this player controller server function that will attempt to change the character for our client, on our to the next one. And once it will be changed, we will also broadcast the event that will update the model of our avatar that will be used in the game by itself. Okay, next one, player platform. This one represents our player. When our player ready, we highlight it into different color. When it's sorry, not ready, but when the player active. Yeah, if we have 3 different clients, the one that you are playing for, he will be highlighted with green, so you will be able to more easily identify who are you playing from. Okay, and it has some additional components like player spawn transform. In this transform we spawn the avatar that will be used in our game, and we have widget lobby player info that shows the widget for our player, which includes player name, player class, and its status, plus we can kick him if we are playing as a server. Okay, and we have bunch of events here as well. Nothing in the event graph. We have player state that is replicated. We have init function. We have player removed, and we have update character. So these ones are called when we removing the player. We just cleans up our character and updating player state. So the platform are no longer being used by this player state, and so when the new client will join, he will be able to take this platform after the other one was kicked or left the game. Init, it's called when we are assigning this player state to our platform. So we just set in this player state. This one called on the server. So we are setting it on the server, and then it is replicated to the client. And once it will be replicated on the client, for the client we will set the corresponding widget in here and highlight the platform. Also, we updating the character by taking the player state, taking its character class and setting it into here. And we are binding event to onDestroyed, so when we will destroy the player state, we will just remove the player. And when do we destroy our player state? When our client leaves the game somehow. And the next one is on character class changed callback, very straightforward. So when we change in our character, we just updating its mesh in here. Yep, spawning the guy and placing it into the platform. We are not possessing it, so it's just a dummy with no controller assigned to it. So just a dummy guy. And this is as a sample one more time. So yeah, use it for your purposes. Okay, and that's it for the platform. Next one is lobby player state. That just contains if player is ready and its character class, and we can expose additional data in here and then use it for our needs. And one thing that we should know and that should be included in here, that we have to override this very useful function called copy properties. So when we perform in client travel, we are taking the player state from the new game mode and the new map, and we can set the data into it from our lobby. So this new player state, we just using game state that is fairly empty, and we are placing character class into here. So that's how we can transfer the data and add additional in here or something else. And it is relevant for this specific player. So another players will just have another classes in here, etc. Okay, and when player is ready, we broadcasting this callback, and when character class has been changed, we are broadcasting character class changed callback. Yep, in here. Okay, next one is loading widget. Nothing to show here, just a widget with loading screen, lobby UI and lobby info. Yep, lobby UI I have already showed some of here. It's just it contains our friend list that is shown for a server, so we can toggle it and add someone. We have leave party option that just changes map into another one to the main menu, and we are destroying the session in main menu, so it will just collapse the session for us. And switch character, toggle ready, and start the match, which is shown only for the server. And if we will open the graph, it is also fairly simple. On construction, we are taking our player controller game mode, which is valid when we are server. And if we are a server, then we are also caching game state, because we want to do to take the information about the server readiness. And we are enabling visibility for some buttons, for these ones, and that's it. Yep, and binding to the events. So when our ready status changed, we are calling this function that toggles readiness and visibility of our start match button. Yep. And that's, I think, it in here as well. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah, this is lobby UI widget, and the last one is lobby player info, which shows player name, player icon, kick button, class, and readiness. Yeah, and we are taking it and having this init function that is called when we are adding this widget on the client, and once it is called, we are catching this player state and just filling up all widgets data from this player state, and we are binding to the events. So when readiness changed, we are changing it in our widget, so we don't have to have uh, any connections to other classes and so on for other ones. If we will see, and that's it. Yeah, that's it for this system. It is very clean and don't have any dependencies. So if we will open game mode, we will see that it's not dependent to stuff that we don't want it to be dependent on. And the same goes for the game state and for HUT and for pawn and so on. Yeah, very clean, very straightforward, and easy to use. So I think that's it for this project. Please use it if you want. Have fun. Yeah. If you need if you have some question, post down into the comment section. And thank you. Goodbye, and see you.